Baseball is ingrained in the American way of thinking.
Its terminology has infiltrated our language.
3 strikes and you're out.
That sure came out left field.
Wow, you sure did knock that one out of the park.
Its rules are well known. 9 players to a team.
9 innings of play.
3 outs per inning.
And no crying.
Big girls don't cry. Big girls don't cry.
There is absolutely, without a doubt, no crying in baseball.
Baseball has a long storied history of no crime.
The history of baseball?
Say now, that's a story worth telling.
And like all good stories, it's best told starting at the beginning.
Genesis, chapter 1, verse 1.
Not that beginning.
Where do we begin?
Abraham Lincoln.
Lincoln.
One of the 16th president?
Oh!
Yes, it's reported that Lincoln was engaged
In a game of baseball, the day that Republican committee members traveled to
Springfield, Illinois,
to notify him as a selection of the party's nominee
for the presidency.
Mr. Lincoln greeted them.
Tell the gentlemen that I'm glad to know if they're coming. But they're gonna have to wait a few minutes till I make another base hit.
Then what happened?
I accepted the nomination.
Baseball is credited with helping the nation heal after the Civil War.
The game spread like wildfire throughout the United States after.
Saturday afternoon.
And Sunday marked the time for ball games in rural areas.
Sunday? What about the Sabbath?
Let me finish. Local bands would be invited to games in order to play hymns between innings.
Not only was baseball patriotic,
USA!
it was a religious experience.
Is this heaven?
No, it's Iowa.
I-O-W-A! The game continued to grow with the nation.
The first professional team, the Cincinnati Red Stockings' 1869 tour to California, was made possible thanks to the newly completed Transcontinental Railroad.
Woo woo! Boom chop, boom chop, boom chop, boom. 1876.
Baseball formed the first all-professional league.
The National League of Professional Baseball Clubs.
The Professional Baseball League consisted of 8 teams.
Unlike today's 30 Major League Baseball teams. Team names are diverse as the country.
Yankees, Padres, Twins, Pirates, Orioles, Red Sox, Rays, Blue Jays, White Sox, Indians.
Hey, what about the Chicago Cubs?
One of the original 8 teams in the league, having acquired the nickname in 1902.
Baseball is rich with nicknames.
Even players have developed some funny nicknames.
Names like Lefty,
Chief,
Squeaky,
Smokey.
Big Poppy,
Shoeless.
Why, I used to play on a team in which all the players on the team had a nickname.
Really? I would like to know these guys. Can you tell me?
Sure.
Who was on first?
What was on second?
I don't know who was on third.
That's what we want to find out.
The guys' names.
I'm telling you.
Who was on first?
What was on second?
I don't know who was on third.
If you know the guys' names, then tell us.
I'm telling you.
Who was on first?
You know the names of the players on the team, right?
Yes. Then go ahead and tell me.
Who was on first?
Yes.
I mean the guy's name. Who?
The guy playing first.
Who? The name of the guy on first base.
Who was on first?
What are you asking us for?
Break it up, break it up, break it up. Let's talk about the shoeless guy instead of who.
I still want to know the name of the guy on first base.
Who?
The guy on first base.
Anywho.
Shoeless Joe Jackson earned his nickname during a game in which he had to remove his cleats because they were hurting his feet.
At first, no one noticed a player on the field in his socks.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Dodger Stadium. Up next is Joe Jackson. He's having a bit of a rough day so far as he's 0 for 3. All right, Jackson steps up to the plate. Here comes the first, and he ropes the line into the outfield gap.
He slides into third, and he is
Safe!
Hey, you shoeless son of a gun!
Wasn't that shoeless guy involved in some sort of scandal?
The Black Sox scandal of 1919. Scandalous.
Players on the Chicago White Sox conspired to throw the World Series that year.
8 were banned from the game for life.
Including shoeless Joe Jackson.
Say it ain't so, Joe. Say it ain't so.
Hey! There's no crying in baseball!
New technology helped popularize professional teams even in places where there wasn't one.
With the advent of the radio, Iowans were introduced to Chicago Cub baseball. WHO Radio in Des Moines
Broadcasted Cub games with the play-by-play through
Western Union.
being sent from Chicago.
On occasion,
The telegram service was interrupted.
And several minutes would pass without a transmission reaching Des Moines.
in order to avoid dead air time.
The WHO broadcasters would offer the listeners the only action of baseball.
That would not produce any positive or negative outcome on the game.
And the batter fouls off a pitch.
And he fouls off another.
And another foul. And another.
No harm, no foul, right?
Right.
Baseball survived 2 world wars and the Great Depression.
In 1947, a revolutionary shift occurred in the game.
It helped promote social change for America.
The first African-American ball player took the field that year for the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Now batting for the Brooklyn Dodgers, number 42, Jackie Robinson. It was once written that baseball took up the baton for democracy.
Robinson broke down racial barriers for baseball
And helped the entire country move toward accepting integration everywhere. Number 42.
He fought for civil rights by playing a game America loved.
42. Robinson's legacy continues to resonate today for the sport and the country.
42.
His number is the only one retired by all major league teams. 42.
The numbers worn on the players' backs aren't the only important numbers in baseball. The game keeps score through a numbering system. Each position is assigned a number.
Play ball!
The pitcher.
1,
The catcher.
2,
First base.
3,
Second base.
4,
Third base.
5,
Shortstop.
6,
Left field.
7,
Center.
8,
right field.
9.
A 6-4-3 in baseball is the way to score a double play.
The shortstop. 6.
To the second baseman, 4. To the first baseman, 3.
Got him. Time to stretch.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd.
Buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Let's score some runs.
Yeah,
We want to see some homers,
Dingers.
taters.
Round trippers.
moon shots.
The home run.
Other sports cannot rival baseball's run-producing play.
No other play can arouse the boisterous cheer from the crowd quite like the home run.
It has captivated America and has inspired artists to capture its romantic affair with baseball fans.
One example is Ernest Sayre's iconic poem,
Casey at the bat.
The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville 9 that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning left to play.
10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded.
And now the pitcher holds the ball. And now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow.
Oh, somewhere in this favorite land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere.
And somewhere men are laughing. And somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville.
Mighty Casey has struck out.
He struck out.
Remember the rule. There's no crying in baseball.
The
The only player to curse the franchise, George Herman Root.
The Babe.
The Sultan of SWAT.
The Great Bambino.
714 career homers.
Henry Louis Aaron.
Hammer and Hank.
755 career round trippers.
Barry Lamar Bond.
762 career dingers.
Ding! There are so many defining characteristics unique to baseball.
It is the only sport to deal openly with human frailty by acknowledging errors in the box score.
It is the only sport in which the ball can leave the field of play entirely and still count.
It is the only sport in which an animal can curse a franchise.
Huh?
The infamous Billy Goat curse that plagued the Chicago Cubs for decades.
Really?
Supposedly,
Bill Siones, owner of the Billy Goat's Tavern in Chicago,
And his pet goat.
were kicked out of Game 4 at the 1945 World Series.
I heard spectators were complaining about the ghost order.
Siones, angered by his expulsion from the game, cursed the Cubs by claiming the team would never return to the World Series.
Then what happened?
It seemed as if the curse was true.
The Cubs did not return to a World Series since then.
Didn't they come close in 2003?
Game 6, NLCS, 2003.
The Cubs were 5 outs away from the World Series.
5 outs!
In the top of the 8th inning, Cubs shortstop Alex Gonzalez booted a routine ground ball.
Really?
It could have resulted in a
6-4-3.
double play to end the inning.
That's an E6 for those who can't score goals.
The error opened a 5-run inning for the Miami Marlins.
Who went on to win the game?
And then the series.
Wait, didn't something else happen in that game?
What about that Bartman guy?
Who?
No, that's the guy up first.
Steve Bartman.
We know, no crying in baseball. But come on, man!
Steve Bartman was the guy who interfered with a foul ball that could have been caught by the Cubs left fielder.
Moises Alou.
Would he have been able to catch it? And
That's not the point.
The point is, Bartman, the booted double play ball, all represented
The truth of the curse.
but curses can be broken.
The Cubs made it to the 2016 World Series, and after falling behind Cleveland 3 games to 1 in the best-of-7 series,
They came charging back.
with 2 must-win games.
They tied the series, and then Game 7 went into extra innings.
The hearts of Cubs fans everywhere pounded like jackhammers, and sweat rolled from their faces.
their palms were sweaty.
But the Cubs were calm and ready.
Chicago took the lead in the top of the 10th.
Then, with 2 outs in the bottom of the inning, history came calling.
A slow roller up the third baseline was fielded by Chris Bryant.
He smiled.
He threw the ball to first for the out.
That's a 5-3 putout, 108 years in the making. Cubs win! Cubs win!
Holy cow!
And finally, there was crying in baseball. Cloud it, live it, cue it.
Go Cubs, go! Go Cubs!